In DRC, there is a woman who did the impossible.
Babana bawili.
Call me Francine or Giselle. Before I say more, I am a lady who married 2 husbands.
Tuko wanaume bawili na msika wetu mmoja.
You heard right. This woman has 2 husbands, and they all live in the same house.
Tunaishi bien.
Hakuna shida.
Hakuna shida. Kitanda tuko walala kitanda moja, tunachangia sahani moja.
This is not usually the culture of the people of this area and this country in general. So what happened to Giselle? Or did she want to bring creativity to this area where she lives? Or maybe did she bewitch these men?
Sabazazi nao walisemana mmoja.
Basi bakasema tu lakini tu vile yeye peke ajire ngisi vitaku.
Majina zangu naitwa Remi tena Murula.
My name is Remy Murhula. This woman is the wife of the 2 of us.
Ninjo Albert tena Gerlas.
My name is Albert Gerlais. I had 1 child with her, although when I met her, she had 2 children and was living with them. Remy Murhula and Albert Gerlais are now close friends. Until now, it seems that they share everything, beginning from the house they live in, the bed they sleep in, to the one woman they all share, who is Francine. This is a very rare phenomenon called polyandry. It is when one woman marries more than one man and lives with them in the same house. It now remains practiced in the high mountains of the Himalayas in Asia, and those mountains joined by many countries including India, Nepal, and China. There is a province called Tibet, governed by China. It is widely accepted and practiced in their culture. Now we are heading to Congo in Kabari territory. Every time I travel to this country, I have no doubts that I will hear what my ears have never heard and see what my eyes have never seen. We will meet face to face with Francine and her 2 husbands. Let's get to know what made these men agree to polyandry. What do their families say about it, and how do they handle it regarding intimacy time? Now meet the woman who married 2 men.
Jina langu ni Francine tena Giselle.
My name is Francine, aka Giselle, and I have 2 husbands. The first time I married a man, if I remember correctly, was 6 years ago, and with that man we had 2 children. We were living well without any problems. Just because life was not easy, the man went on a trip and did not come back. So I found myself alone here. I spent 3 years and a half alone in a single life without my husband. After those years, I lost him, then I fell in love with this other man, and we got married. After 1 year, while I was with the second husband, the first husband came back. After all that time, I didn't know where he was. I wasn't really expecting him to come back, but I just saw him arrive. I met this woman when I was working in the mining industry. Then we fell in love and ended up living together. After we got married, she started telling me how she had another husband and how that man left her, saying that he was going to find a life. I felt I had no choice because we were already together since I had lived with her, not knowing that she already had another man. Later after that, her first husband came back from where he had gone. When he arrived, he put up a fight that I should leave her woman. Also, the woman asked me not to leave her. So I felt that it was necessary to stay with her. And for now, we have 1 child together.
Tuko watatu, tuko wanaume bawili.
There are 3 of us here, and we get along well. This woman is our wife, as we are 2 men. I was the one who married her first, but after we were married, I went far away to find a life for 3.5 years. Since I left, I came back without talking to my wife once. When I came back, I found my wife with another man. As soon as I got home and found my wife sleeping with another man, I immediately asked, "This man sleeping here, is he your brother, a guest? Who is he?" She replied that he was her husband. At first, I threw a tantrum, but then I thought about it and realized that it was my fault because if I had talked to my wife, she wouldn't have done anything like that. I had no other place to go, and I was the one who was at fault. So when I got restless, I approached my partner and asked him to leave my house. And he told me that he had nowhere else to go. So I realized I had nothing else to do about it. We lived in a house as two husbands, one wife, and our children. We eat at the same table. When I go somewhere and find something, I bring it and give it to my wife. My partner also does the same. Then she cooks, we eat, and our life goes on like that. When he got home, he made a fuss, so I told him that he was too late to come back from where he was. Luckily, later he understood and accepted that we should keep living together, the three of us. We sleep in the same bedroom and on the same bed. I love them both, they love me too. We all get along well, and we live in peace at home. In this house, the men share all the work, and each goes around looking for something to support the family. The lady of the house also loves and respects them equally. Among the concerns they have is that they will not be able to tell the difference between the two of them with the children they will have with one wife. Maybe the woman will be the one who will know the actual father. I once told my partner that we should separate rooms. Then he said that it was not possible. So we all share the same bed. When it comes to intimacy moments, one of us has to give space to another to enjoy his time alone, and then the other. Because we are two men who share the same wife, the woman is the one who identifies the father of the child. My family knows my whole situation because they're the ones who advised me to calm down. After all, I am the one who made the mistake of abandoning my wife and spending so many years without talking to or seeing her. They told me a woman would not tolerate it because her body is not steel. When the first man tried to kick me out, I agreed to go, but the woman refused to let me go. What made the first man agree to live together? The woman said that I had nowhere else to go. In addition, that I wasn't in a familiar town, that I didn't even have a brother because I came to work in that area because we were mining, that I don't even have a way to go back to my hometown in Walungu. Having two husbands is so hard for me. I would like someone to leave and give space for the other, but because they love each other and I love them, I will keep them because I have nothing else to do about it. That's all I have chosen. However, I wish each man would have his own home. Then sometimes I would go to the first man and other times to the second one, so we could stop meeting in the same bedroom at the same time. I want to leave and give space to my partner because he is known as the woman's real husband, and this house is his. Yes, his wife loves me, and I see that she wants me to stay, but if I could get the help of a ticket to make my way back home, I would leave and let my fellow husband stay at his house. If only I could get a house right away, I would ask her to go with me. I know that the woman would immediately accept it, because considering our relationship, she would not refuse it.
Na vile vinatuma mimi nashindwa ni kwa jikutana kuna nsi nyumba moya tunaweza kuwa tuko mnyumba banaume wawili na
I am not happy to see us as two men sharing one woman in the house. It worries me a lot. The land and the home are mine and the wife is mine. But as soon as this man told me he had nowhere else to go, I immediately understood that he had no plans to leave. So I choose to leave him alone and hope that whoever gets tired of our situation first will go. If he loves her as much as I do, we will continue to be together. So whoever among us gets tired first will give their partner some space.
Anakosa damu nani ya kupata mwanaume mmoja.
My name is Faida Aimi. Giselle is my older sister. She is currently in the house with her two husbands. We can't do anything about it. However, my sister loves her second husband, and there is no way the first husband will run away from her home. Living in the same house caused problems at first, but the second husband asks to be patient with him because he didn't have anywhere else to go. That's how Francine has children with two men who all live as husband and wife. So far, she has had 3 children with her 2 husbands. Remy Murhula has had 2 children and Albert Chirlace has had 1 child.
Anapenda vivi na mimi napenda vivi. Mwatachokaka anaachia mwenzake. Kama mimi ndio ndakuwa choka, mimi namwachia. Kama yeye ndio mwatakuwa choka, ananiachia, lakini sitaacha bibi aseniache na watoto yangu.
Story by John C. Shamamba. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe.